Hi, so for this part of the video, it's all about the basics and the important steps in using the Zoom app on your online classes. So before we begin with our class, basically, we need to prepare all our materials, like our PowerPoint, for example. I'm going to prepare my PowerPoint. Okay, so for this demonstration, I'll be teaching English grammar, the verb to be. All right. Next is I also have some sheets that I will be using for my class. So I'll be opening that up. I will be preparing everything up. Okay. And I also have here a YouTube video. If you wanted to prepare a YouTube video, then prepare your YouTube video using your browser. I have here a prepared user YouTube video. And so basically that's it. Okay. Now, once you have prepared all your materials for your online class, you can go to your Zoom app, double click on it. On our previous video, I taught you on how to start up a meeting. It's either by clicking on New Meeting and providing your meeting ID to your participants and sending it to any messaging app like Messenger or Line. Or you can go to meetings here, okay, and you copy this invitation, okay, copy, and you go to, for example, I will be sending it to, whoa, that's a very long invitation. I send it to Messenger, okay, and then let's just wait um, for your participants to click. Once you click on the start button, it will open up your Zoom app. So it will start up with your audio and your video. So you can see here your video, and let's just wait for one participant. Okay. All right. Now we have a student in this class. Okay. So once you have your students in your class, you can smile at them and greet them, of course. Then after that, these are some few important steps that you need to do before conducting your class. First is you go to manage participants, and then make sure that you mute all of them. Once you click mute all, um, there will be a pop-up box. You untick this box, allow participants to unmute themselves. Okay, so your students will not have access on unmuting themselves. So just click yes here. So all your participants will be on mute. Okay, and what else? All right, so before you begin your class, one important thing to do is also to record your meeting or your class. So record on this computer. So once you finish your meeting, it will automatically record the meeting in your computer. Okay. Now, how will you know if you're already recording? You can see this on the upper left corner. It's already recording your screen. Now let's proceed to our lesson. just click on share screen. Once you click on share screen, you'll have several options. It's either you can share your screen, your whiteboard, or your phone. So one thing that I suggested to have you prepared your materials for your classes, you can just um, instantly choose on your materials in Zoom without you sharing your screen and letting your students see what what your computer screen would look like. So for example, if I choose the first part of my lesson, I choose my PowerPoint. Okay, so just click on the PowerPoint and click share. So this is what they can see once you share your PowerPoint. But I advise that once you open up your PowerPoint, it's already on, it's ready for presentation. Okay. Now you can also see here the buttons or the controls for Zoom is on auto hide, which means it will hide itself automatically. All you need to do is just scroll your mouse over on top of the screen and you will see the controls for uh, the Zoom app. Important things that you need to remember before starting your class is to disable participants annotation. Okay, let's disable it. By disabling participants annotation, you wouldn't allow your students to write anything on your slide on your presentation, unless if you needed them to write something on your slide. Okay, you disable that. Now scroll one more, and then you share computer sound. This is also one important thing when you conduct your class. You share computer sound. For example, if you play a YouTube video, okay, the sound coming from the video itself would be directly heard by your students. So I will just click on it so I won't forget it. Okay, so let's start our class. I'll just do this quick. Okay, so here's my class. This is how my lesson would be like. Okay, it's just normal way of presenting your PowerPoint. Of course, when you present your lesson, you would ask your students to, for example, like read sentences or ask them a question, and then you want your students to speak. Then all you need to do is just browse or just go to your students' video on the right hand part of your screen and then click on unmute. Okay. If you click on unmute, then you're allowing your students to uh, speak. Now, Teacher Maimai, can you please read the sentences on the slide?
Okay. She is Marge. She's my mom.
Okay. So, for example, if you let the students read something or you ask a question and they answered correctly, you could either praise them and tell them good job and, make your class more enjoyable. After you let your students speak, put them back on mute. Okay, and then you continue on with your lesson, asking some other students to read um, or answer questions, make it more interactive. Okay, so I wouldn't be talking about my lesson in this video. So for my PowerPoint presentation, that's why I need to share computer sound because my PowerPoint presentation has a sound.
He is, he's, she is, she's, it is, it's, we are, we're, you are, you're,
Okay.
they are, they're.
All right. So this the next slide will be going to the other part of the lesson, which is the verb to be negative. So after, for example, I presented all my slides, which is a lot here, I wanted to go to the sheet that I prepared. Then I'll just go to scroll on top of the screen, new share, and then I choose my sheet and then share it. And then it will show my sheet, okay, which I want the students to answer. So this is basically my sheet that I want the students to answer. If you ask, for example, a student to answer something and it needs some text, I suggest not to let your students annotate or write something on your presentation by writing letters or words. I suggest that you just do it yourself. Ask the student and then just do it yourself. So, for example, if I ask one student to answer this part here, I blank happy, what is the correct verb to be for that? So I will prepare the text by going or scrolling on top of your screen, go to annotate, and it will show several options here. And by the way, during your presentation, I highly recommend that you use Spotlight here. So the students can easily follow where you're pointing at. Okay, for example, okay, I want you to answer I blank happy. What is the correct form of verb to be? Okay, so if I wanted to answer here, I'll just click on text, click on the line, and it will show a box, a text box. And I'll ask my student, so Teacher Mai, can you please answer this question? I blank happy. So if you let Teacher Mai to answer this question, I will unmute her first.
Okay, I am happy.
So the correct form of verb to be for this is I am happy. So just type am and then click. There goes your answer. Then you go to Spotlight. And then you go and praise your student and put your student on mute again. So, for example, if I let my student make a line here, let's go to this next part of the sheet. I want my student to write something, okay, like a line, which is very easy. So I would allow the students to annotate by going on top of the screen and allow participants to annotate. This is kind of risky because you don't want the other students to write on your screen as well. So, because for demonstration, I will allow the student to annotate. So, Teacher Mai, can you please help me with uh, connecting a line? For example, if I choose Tom and Lily, which is the correct form of verb to be? Okay, well done. As you can see, Teacher Mai drew a line, Tom and Lily, to the correct form of the verb to be, which is are. And I put her back on mute. And don't forget to um, disable participants annotation again. You don't want the other students to mess up or draw something on your slide or on your presentation. All right, so if you have a lot of things to answer on your sheet, you can just proceed with that. As you can see, as I move my sheet, As I move my sheet here, the lines don't follow, which means that it's on your screen. Okay, so if you proceed to if you open up another screen or tab, these lines and these text would still be on your screen. So before you go to another tab, or before you open up another tab, you clear all drawings first. Okay, and then close the annotation tab, and then now I want to open up my video. Okay, so I'll go to my video here by going to New Share and then click on the video, which I have prepared previously. Okay, and then I'll just play the video. This video is I've edited it with a quiz. As you can see here on the video, there will be several questions about the lesson that I've taught. So fill the gap. I will ask the student to help me answering some questions. By looking or by watching the video, as you can see here in the video, the girls blank happy. So what is the correct form of the verb to be? You would be asking your students, and I will unmute one student. I will call on this student. For example, Teacher Maima, please help me.
The girls are happy.
Okay, so the girls are happy. You type R, and then you click on this one. Very good. You go and praise your student. You put that student on mute, and then you proceed with the rest of the video. Okay, so this video has been edited, and there'll be, it's up to you on how many questions you'd like to put. So for example, you'll ask another student, and the student would answer incorrect, like the girl am sad. So it will just show up that it will mark up that it was wrong, and it will show the correct answer. And then of course you need to explain why is the answer wrong, and why it should be am or stuff like that, or why should it be is. Okay, so basically that's how you conduct your class. And after your class, don't forget to stop the recording and say goodbye to your students, of course. Hopefully I covered everything for using the Zoom app. Thank you very much. End meeting, and this part, it will automatically show the recording that is being converted to MP4. So that's it for the technical part of the Zoom app.